and the subject has been developed on the basis of the need and the necessity of the engineering students to know this, and you can today I will begin with my class with the first topic of the discussion is theory of a farm. Theory of farm. So what do I mean by a farm? It is a basic manufacturing unit. Basic manufacturing unit. Basic manufacturing unit is the let me put one question. Why would one entity, why would one organization or company take the hello, but you have not joined Google Classroom? Okay, Google Classroom, the link is there, you can join. I think everybody is joining through that Google Classroom, the link given in the Google Classroom. Why you can't? That is not the issue. Means, but the link is available only in Google Classroom. It can't be available individually to any student. So how could you join without? And why would you need permission? Those who will join, they will join directly. Okay, okay, let me check. Why should one organization or company take the risk of manufacturing a product? manufacturing a product.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question again?
There is no question. This is a logic that I am setting. No, what do the companies do? They are into manufacturing a tangible product or an intangible surface. Tangible product or an intangible surface. The question arises, why should one organization or company take the risk of manufacturing the product? Why should they invest money and think of manufacturing the product? Why should they take that risk?
Ma'am, to have profits.
Yes. First, very good point, to earn profit. So earning profit is an economic objective. Economic objective. Will they be happy with whatever profit?
And profit that would exceed the initial cost that went into preparing the product.
Means the
But then
organizations.
if
Yes. Yes.
अगर
What
अगर
is your point?
एक्सीड अगर कॉस्ट प्राइस से एक्सीड करते तो वो ऐसे भी प्रॉफिट हुआ ना. So I think the amount of profit that can be used to manufacture more products.
Yes, but I think one entrepreneur will be happy if it earns maximum possible profit. Maximum possible profit. Is it more sensible? They can't be happy with whatever profit. They'll be happy with, means if the entrepreneur will be happy if it earns maximum possible profit. Is it sensible? So when maximum possible profit comes, then question arises, maximum possible profit maximum possible profit of that time period. Because when I told maximum, then there is no, what do we mean by maximum? Can you define the meaning of maximum?
Ma'am, the previous profit, it was there.
The time period when we talk about maximum profit, so within that time period, the time period within which it can earn, because if it is for 5 years, what could be the maximum possible profit? Within 10 years, what would be the maximum possible profit? Within 3 months, what is the maximum possible profit? So whenever I talked about maximum, that means automatically the concept of time period comes. Automatically the concept of time period comes. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So now let us define what do we mean by profit. The symbol pi stands for profit. It means The income a company receives by selling a product. Okay, the income a company receives by selling a product. It is someone is trying to join. Let me see. So the income received by selling the product.
Ma'am, many are trying to join, but they are unable to.
Yes, ma'am.
There are 78 students now. If
Ma'am,
the section cannot,
they are saying that they are joining by their kit made ID, but even after, no one is allowing.
so I don't understand. There are 78
Ma'am,
students.
they have to join the classroom first and then they will be able to get in. Unless,
Yes,
like,
Ma'am, this is from
because
our
of that,
class
they
only.
might.
Yeah, ma'am.
they should join the classroom first. Then they'll be able to join. No problem. There are 78 students in the class and 76, including me. Now there are 76. So 3 more. The 3 more valid students. Others are not. Fine. Next class they will join in time. They'll have to join the classroom first. So what is this? Pi is equal, profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue minus total cost. Right? The profit means it is revenue over cost. So TR stands for total revenue. TC stands for total cost. So what is total revenue? Once again, total revenue is the price at which commodity is sold multiplied by quantity sold. Price at which a commodity is sold multiplied with quantity that is sold. Or it is sales turnover. Now, pi function has got another component called total cost. Total cost is money spent for production. Money spent for production, that is total cost.
Ma'am, in total revenue, PS is products, and what is PS and QS?
PS is, okay, I will write down. PS is sell price. QS is quantity sold. Sell price and QS is quantity sold. Okay. Sell price and QS is quantity sold. Similarly, total cost is cost price multiplied with quantity produced. cost price multiplied with quantity produced. Fine. So now profit is like this: PS QS minus PC QC. To generalize it, I will use this term P, symbol P, to note the price. And for the time period, let me presume, or we can presume it can be presumed price to remain constant. Price to remain constant. Right? Then perhaps this equation will be P multiplied with quantity sold minus P multiplied with quantity produced. These two prices are different, but for a generalized notation, it can be assumed that perhaps these two prices are constant. Same means the generalized symbol price will be added or will be done this. Price into quantity produced.
Ma'am, the
Now
quantity.
the
Excuse me, ma'am.
quantity sold and quantity produced. Now
Ma'am,
this profit to be maximum. Profit to be maximum. This QS minus QP, this difference, should be as minimum as possible. As minimum as possible. That means whatever is being produced, if it will be sold, then you can expect profit will be maximum.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
But the quantity sold will never be more than quantity produced, right? So how
Yes.
can we?
Can never be more. Means should be from the QS minus QP means the difference between QS QP. Actually, quantity sold should be equal to quantity produced, or quantity produced minus quantity sold should be equal to 0. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. But the equation before it says QS minus QP.
Would it
That
be 0?
will be-
QS minus QP is the same thing. QP minus QS equal to 0, and QS minus QP, if it is positive, means QS minus QP is negative.
But then, like the profit equation also, if the price is equal and
Price is not equal. No, price is not equal. Very good point. Once again, let me write down PS QS minus PC QC. These two prices are not equal. Notation is same. It
Okay,
is
ma'am.
a generalized notation to symbolize price. Instead of writing down sell price, cost price, one generalized notation is being used to symbolize price. Okay? Now
Yes,
got
ma'am.
it? Then for this we can say, and if you presume these two prices to remain constant, constant, then or to remain stable. Two lines to explain this. If sell price and cost price will fluctuate always, then estimation of maximum possible profit will be a little difficult task. But suppose we want to estimate to make the plan for 1 quarter, and we are estimating on the basis of perhaps within this 1 quarter, over this 1 quarter, and over this 1 year, these two prices are stable. Means there is no fluctuation in these two prices. Then perhaps estimation of maximum possible profit is possible. Okay? Now understood the difference between these two values and the generalized notation? Then perhaps if I use price as a generalized notation for both PS, then price into QS minus price into QP will be the equation for notations for profit equation. Is it clear, or should I explain once again?
Yeah, ma'am, it's clear.
Yes. Now I want to, because the company wants to estimate what is the, at what level of production quantities produce or output the profit to be maximum. Profit to be maximum. Okay? Profit to be maximum. For this, I would like to take the clue from your differential calculus. First order differentiation of a profit function with respect to, okay, one line. If P is considered to be constant, price is considered to be constant, then profit will be a function of Q. Means P into QS minus P into QP. Now the change in this quantity produced and quantity sold will determine the price, will determine the profit. The change in quantity produced and the change in quantity sold will determine the profit. That means profit now, instead of considering as a function of a price, now we will deduce profit maximization conditions, function of quantity sold and quantity produced. Once again, Q is a generalized notation that is being used for quantity produced and quantity sold. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
for this, we will take the help of differential calculus. Pi with respect to q, it should be equal to 0. Then with respect is less than 0. If I differentiate it further, it should be less than 0. T pi by dq, the first order condition, it should be equal to 0. So here it is, we can say, if I differentiate profit function is it raining outside? If I differentiate profit function with respect to q, then it is differentiation of total revenue function with respect to q minus differentiation of total cost function with respect to q should be equal to 0. Because first order condition dq is equal to 0. Then there is a term called DTR DQ. It is known as the marginal revenue or marginal revenue. Then what is this marginal revenue? Marginal revenue is nothing but the rate of change in total revenue function with respect to one-unit change in quantity. The rate of change in total revenue function with respect to change in 1 unit of quantity sold. Or in other sense, it will be slope of a revenue function. Okay? Example to explain. Suppose by selling 100 units of output, one company earns 10,000 of rupees. When it is selling 101 unit of output, it is getting 10,500 units of then what is the marginal revenue of 101st unit of cell? It is 10,500 minus 10,000 is equal to 500 rupees. Did you get it? When one company sells 100 units of output, the total revenue is 10,000 rupees. When it is selling 101 units of output, then what is the change? Change is 500. So what is the extra change. Extra change is, extra earning is 500. It is TTR with respect to DQ is equal to 500 rupees, or it is the marginal revenue. Now, what is marginal cost? Marginal cost is the same thing. The first order differentiation of total cost with respect to Q. So here it is, once again example, suppose by producing the same 100 units of output, total cost was equal to 9,000 rupees. Then by producing 101 units of output, if the total cost is 9,500, I would like to take you back to the last marginal revenue. 100 units of output, 10,000 was the revenue. Then 101, 10,500. Then it is 9,000 is the cost. You can see these values are different because there's a difference between cost price and sell price. But for the generalized notation, it has been written like this. Then you can tell, madam, you wrote quantity sold, then quantity produced. Again, you are converting into Q. Now I would like to take back to you to this previous example. 100 units of quantity sold, 101 units of output or quantity sold. So whether it is say Q cell, QS, symbolically you can write in QS, but eventually we are trying to measure when quantity cells is increasing, what is the additional revenue. So we are measuring change in revenue with respect to change in quantity sold. But when I'm differentiating revenue function, I'm taking the differential factor as quantity sold. But when I will, differential factor will be quantity produced. But marginal cost is also deduced the change in total cost with respect to change in quantity produced. Okay, so 500 is the quantity. So that's why total revenue means phi function or the profit function has been differentiated with respect to the quantity. If it is differentiation of total revenue is with respect to quantity sold minus differentiation of total cost with respect to quantity produced. But if I want to use a general notation, I can write down Q and Q here, but it will mean it is in relation to quantity sold and it is in relation to quantity produced. Right? If I deduce this first order condition, equal to first order differentiation of total cost condition with a Q, so it is equal to 0. That means marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. Or it can be summarized like this: marginal revenue minus marginal cost should be 0, which means marginal revenue will be equal to marginal cost. Okay. So in this example, we have seen when this company produces 101 units of output, marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. So it fulfills the first order condition. Then to get the local maxima, we'll have to see the second order condition too. Okay. So what is the second order condition? The second order condition is what is the second order condition? It is if I differentiate further the total revenue function with Q, it should be less than 0. That means it should be negative. So it is total revenue function with respect to dq dash. It should be less than 0. I'll expand it. It will like this. The differential function if I once again differentiate, means I will differentiate marginal revenue function with respect to Q minus I will differentiate marginal cost function with respect to Q, and it should be less than 0. Produces this. What does it happen? When it is producing 102nd unit, it is suppose the marginal cost here is 200 rupees, but when it is selling this 102nd unit, marginal revenue is 100 rupees. That means at 102nd unit, marginal revenue is less than marginal cost. So what does it mean? It means if it is manufacturing 102nd unit, then whatever is being spent to manufacture 102nd unit, less amount is being earned by selling that particular unit in the market. So marginal revenue means additional revenue earned to sell. That means manufacturing of 102nd unit is not beneficial for the company. Not beneficial for the company. Beneficial for the company. Then at what level profit is expected to be maximum? So profit is expected to be maximum profit is maximum when 101st unit is produced and sold. Okay, so both the conditions are being fulfilled. Question? Any question? So what are the conditions that we need to see? First order condition is marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost and slope of the marginal revenue should be less than the slope of the marginal cost. Okay, these are the two conditions or criteria should be looked into for profit to be maximum. All right. Hello. Class होती है हाँ. Okay, students. So please, I'm already sharing. Please respond to your roll call. Section 35. Please respond to roll call. Roll number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
31. Roll number 31.
Present, ma'am.
First.
Present, ma'am.
65.
Present, ma'am.
1109.
Present, ma'am.
1167.
Present, ma'am.
1185.
Present, ma'am.
1188.
Present, ma'am.
1195.
Present, ma'am.
1222.
Present, ma'am.
1236.
Yes, ma'am.
1237.
Present, ma'am.
1240.
Present, ma'am.
1251.
Present, ma'am.
1258.
Present, ma'am.
1270.
Present, ma'am.
139. Present. 1416.
Present, ma'am. Present.
1420.
Present, ma'am.
1421. 1442.